Hello, everyone. I'm Paula, and welcome to Off the Clock. This is the show where job titles take a break and real conversations steal the spotlight. No LinkedIn perfect answers, no labels, just honest conversations. Quick thing before we get started, I know it's annoying, but I have to do it. If you enjoy real conversations like this one, please make sure to give this video a like. Share it with someone that you think you should be watching with you. Subscribe to my channel. All this will help me very, very much to reach to more people. Unfortunately, that's how social media works. So I need your help, and I really appreciate it. And if you're joining us live, don't be shy. Say hello in the chat. Leave your comments. We love interactions, and we will do our best to answer your questions. So today's guest is already on backstage, and she spends her days talking to hoteliers about guest experience, online reputation, and of course the chaos of hospitality. So every day she's talking with hoteliers, and which somehow feels slightly less intense than being a former polo player. Yes, you heard it right. She is a former polo player. So please wait just a second. Let me put it here because I'm the producer of this show too, and I have to say, please welcome to stage Amy Branford.
Hey Paula, how are you?
I'm good, and you, Amy? How are you today?
No, I'm good in sunny South Africa. I'm very well.
Nice. Nice. It feels like been ages since we did less collaboration online, at least.
It's
So
been
it's always
years.
good to talk to you. You were one of the first people that I ever had this crazy world of online events. So it's kind of nice to have you after what, 6 years now or something like that.
Yeah, I
So
think the last time I made you plant your face in flour or something. We haven't done one since.
well, today unfortunately we do not have these special effects, but I'm sure it will be fun too. Because Amy, if I think about you, I do think about being like fun person, lovely person, and also very smart. So I'm sure this will be a great conversation. And I'm gonna start from the beginning, Amy, because I already mentioned that you were a polo player. That's, for me, it's completely like out of the ordinary. So you went from polo fields to hotel tech. Uh, and I wonder, I mean, what's more intimidating, like a bad day at work or a polo horse having a bad day? What is the worst to deal with?
Oh, I don't know. Like, if you're having a bad day in polo, it typically means that you've fallen off and broken something.
My God.
I think safety wise, probably hospitality is much better. But
Yeah.
like every day, I think it just depends on how you approach a situation. People get very stressed over little things. I don't necessarily, although we're making people's dreams come true and giving hoteliers the insights and everything that they need, and hoteliers are giving guests that guest experience, we're not really saving lives, are we? Like, if we have a bad day, it's not like being a surgeon where you accidentally took out the wrong appendix or, well, wrong kidney, maybe better.
Yeah, but if you were hotel tech and for some reason the tech that you sold to hotelier is not working, then for them, for hoteliers, it's like a crisis, almost as big as it is a to be a vendor. I think it's a huge responsibility. Of course, it does not compare. I'm just,
Yeah, no,
joking a little bit, but
I think, if something goes wrong on the tech space for a hotelier, a lot of it, I'm in sales and most people don't like us, but I'm probably one of the most honest salespeople you'll ever find. If guest review's not the right fit, then I'll tell you that. And I think that means that when you get a better relationship with the hospitality industry, and two, you're not selling on a dream, you're selling on what's actually in the application, what it can actually do for you. So I've seen people go through that promises that, over promise, under deliver, that just doesn't work. And personally, my reputation myself is worth a lot more than, a couple of $100 or a couple of quid, each month. So
yeah, no, I love that. And I think, and I'm pretty sure this is one of the reasons why people in general like you, and customers really like you. And going just a little bit back, Amy, too, because I'm obsessed with the polo play, being a polo player thing. I'm still on that. But when I found out and all that you were, a polo player and all that, do you think like sports shaped you in the way you approach sales and business now? Because sale is a little bit competitive, right? Do you think it
yeah.
helped you?
So I'm very competitive by nature. I'm a Virgo. So my mother was one of those. So I'm British. Obviously, I live in South Africa, but I am very British. So if you can imagine on Facebook seeing those horrible mothers terrorizing their children, with horses and shows, that was my mum. She also had a large wooden spoon that she wasn't frightened to use. But I do feel like, if you're a child and you have a responsibility and you're made to own that responsibility, it teaches you a lot of resources that you need later on. Sometimes things happen, that are outside of your control. The dog gets out of the fence, the horse backs you off. How do you deal with all of those different scenarios? And I've tried to raise my son very much that way. I did once try and give him to a policeman that told me off in Pick and Pay, our local supermarket, because he was squashing all the rusk, which are like South African biscuits, and I gave him a whack. And the policeman was like, "Can't do that in public." I was like, "Well, if you want a parent, here you go." He's like, "Ma'am." So yeah, I think sometimes that, tough love and being really honest and open with your kids makes them, who they are. And animals just gives them that compassion, empathy, responsibility. And I think, the world's gone a bit soft on the kids.
Yeah. No, I don't have kids, so I have to, I don't have
You have a furry baby.
Yeah, I do have a furry baby, and I have to give tough love to him because, but I really like. I used to play volleyball, so sports it's pretty much part of my life too, and I think sports teach you so much as a kid or even as adult, of course, like discipline and responsibility and ownership of the things. And honestly, I am one of that think even if you don't need to compete, but I think everybody should. Sorry?
Being part of a team is also a life skill, right? How to play nicely with others, So I think that's important. Hockey and that sort of thing is very much team orientated. Obviously you celebrate the individual goals, but at the end of the day, you celebrate the team overall experience.
Yeah, you're totally right. I think I support everyone like doing something, some sort of sports at some point in life. And you already said also, Amy, in the beginning, right? One of the first things you said that you're honest. You're maybe you're a different kind of salesperson, and you're very honest online too. Not only like in person, but also I think online you post a lot on LinkedIn, and you even when you read, you feel like a genuine. But I wonder too, like, have you ever posted something, Amy, that or said on a webinar or a podcast, said something that you immediately thought, well, there goes my career. I should have. Have you ever regretted something? Don't need to say what it is, but have you ever had this feeling of regretting?
No, I seem to manage to control my mouth quite nicely when I'm live on LinkedIn with Paula. Probably maybe in the workplace, a few things that I've regretted. But we don't have an HR department, so I'm quite fine there. No, I think I can't think of a particular scenario where I've gone, oh my God, I would share that with you and I'd tell you what it was. I just try and be authentically me. And I think that's really important. One, for a career wherever I want to go later on, but also, you know, being in sales, that authenticity is what gets people coming back to, you know, come and buy guest review from me. I've created a lot of friends over the last 10 years. And I think if I wasn't honest about myself in general, you know, then they wouldn't want to work with me so much. So, you know, I'm not going to apologize for anything that I've said or done, you know, because that's how I felt at the time. I don't mind apologizing, but typically it comes out of my mouth first, and then I think, oh gosh, afterwards.
I do have one situation with you. You are my partner in crime in one particular webinar that I did regret saying, because I thought I was sharing too much of my personal life at some point, and I was like, why, Paula, why did you say that? But it's not like it was not something like huge. I don't think people minded, but I felt very exposed. So I do have, and you're the one to blame, Amy. But yeah, I'm not gonna share here anyway.
Probably you're gonna have to remind me later. I'm getting old, so my memory's going a bit.
Yeah, it was one. Was like many years ago.
Is that I was that the webinar that or the episode where we took the Mickey out of Dave and we were singing beforehand?
No, that one was I got very ashamed because Dave exposed me for singing. That I was ashamed, but now was one. I don't think it was that one. Was one that we were talking. I'm gonna say what was the topic. We were talking about how easy it is now to book, and it feels like you just scroll and like, oh, this hotel no, this yes, this no, and then I made a comparison to my love life for some reason.
It was Back of House Banter. Guys, that episode is still on Guest Review's YouTube channel. So if you want to get some insights into Paula, do head over to Guest Review's YouTube channel and find Back of House Banter with Paula. It is still live. Sorry, Paula.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to rewatch that. But by the way, you do have your podcast, Back of House Banter, that you just mentioned, which is amazing. What can you tell us a little about the show? Like, who are the guests, or what the topics, or what is the vibe? What can you tell our audience about it?
So this was some really creative thinking back when we were stuck in COVID. And I have an amazing head of marketing, Sarah Kame. Big shout out to you, my darling. And we were just seeing webinar after webinar after webinar. It was kind of a bit more before the podcast scene really exploded. And we wanted to have, you know, genuine insights and takeaways that people that watched could go away with and have a really good laugh in between. So it's very not PC at all. There's some swearing and a few other bits and pieces that go on there. Somebody once said on that show that AI was like a baby. Once it was out, you couldn't put it back. So yeah, it's really fun, but with great conversation. So we've got some really good people coming through on Back of House Banter, like Tom Finn. So that's the next episode that's going to be released. You're obviously going to have to be coming on there again, Paula. But yeah, we've done LV as well. Massive shout out to LV because he's extraordinary at leading really good teams and getting great results. So people that inspire me, really, people that inspire and change the industry. One I'm really, really looking forward to, and I probably shouldn't be shouting about it yet because we've not recorded it, is we have El Jessa coming from the Mandrake. So she will hopefully be one of the next episodes that you see very, very soon.
Nice. And if you're watching this and you're curious about it, you can find it on Guest Reviews YouTube channel and also on Spotify, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yep.
very, very much recommended. And Amy, so you have this, at least the image that you're sending is that you are very confident, you're outspoken. Have you always been like this, or it's a skill kind of that you train yourself?
No, I've probably always been pretty confident. I've always been very independent, even from a young age. And I think that's very much how my parents brought me up. So, yeah, I think confidence does grow with age. Like my
True.
filter has got a lot less. Now I'm over 40.
Yeah.
It used to be a lot more controllable, but now it's kind of like, who cares? Like, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
I don't intentionally hurt people's feelings or say things that are gonna impact anybody in a negative way. But I will give you, if you ask my opinion, I will sit down with you and tell you what my opinion is, but I only try and give it when asked.
Yeah. You're very how you say that in English? Nice is it's too little to say what you are, but anyway, because
Yeah.
I'm lacking vocabulary right now, I'm gonna say nice.
Empathetic, maybe empathetic. I try and be
Yeah,
empathetic.
yeah.
My husband probably thinks I'm not empathetic, but that's a different story, right? You
Yeah.
guys don't have to
Yeah.
do
Oh, I love that. Oh, Amy. But yeah, so Amy, you are here, and of course, people already connect you with guest review, guest survey, everything online reputation, all this topic. So I do have to ask you one or two questions because cannot have you an expert in a topic and not ask at least something about it. And one thing that I was wondering, and what your opinion is, do you think like guests are more difficult or more demanding, or are they just becoming more honest online too? Because I think I don't know. I think it's different when what people behave writing than in front of you. You know what I mean?
keyboard
And I think
warriors.
they are more. What do you think is happening, or both is happening? Like demands are very high now, expectations are very high, and people are comfortable saying whatever online. What's going on?
I think I think guest expectation has increased a lot. And I think it's going to increase even more with the likes of AI, being part of that discovery phase. So, if you imagine I want to go to, I don't know, Jamaica, for example, I'm going to put in a description of what I want that to be like. But a lot of people are not always putting in the destination that they want to go to. It's very much experience led, is what we're finding. So, and I think if you look at TripAdvisor's trend report for 2026, they're finding the same. So, sports is having a massive impact on destinations, pet friendly hotels, and there's a whole load of other stats in that trend report which are really phenomenal. So I do think that it is getting more difficult to increase guest experience if you're not listening to your guests. I also do believe that we have a lot of keyboard warriors. Anybody that still uses Facebook, showing my age now, you'll all know there's quite a few people out there that feel quite safe having opinions behind their computer. And I think, it does go down to what you're doing at the hotel, that human connection that you're creating with those individual guests, and then making sure that you get that opinion shared online and you kind of improve where they tell you need to improve through the survey data and things like that. So it is a really good time to be monitoring and watching your guest experience, and you need a system like Guest Review to do that, because it just makes it so quick and easy to see trends and respond to online reviews and actually be proactive in your online reputation and your guest insights and your operational decisions. So 100% hit us up, www.guestreview.com.
Yeah, but talking about the keyboard warriors and people that no filter or whatever, and sometimes not even fair, reviews.
Yeah.
What do you think is like the biggest mistake hotels make when responding specifically to negative reviews? Is it maybe not responding, or is it responding, thank you for your comment? Like, what is the worst, like, in your opinion, like, what is the worst they can do?
Yeah, the worst is to go all Faulty Towers and do a really long side of your story about how horrible that guest was and things like that. That does not endear potential guests to you. The chances are you'll be sitting there thinking, I don't actually want this guest to come back to the hotel anyway. So, what you are doing is doing a management response out to the people that are reading and making a decision to book. So, whether that was justified or an unjustified comment, you've got to respond with a potential guest in mind. What is going to make you shine as a hotel when you do that response? So yeah, it's hospitality is emotional, right? Like we give guests great experiences all the time and we see the highs and everything. So, it's a very human business. So when we get that negative comment, it's very personal to a GM or the person that's responding. So putting that gap between the reviewer and the person doing the management response, sometimes AI helps in that regard, writing the basics, and then you can just tweak it just to take some of that emotion away. But if you don't have something like that in place at the moment, and don't use ChatGPT, guys, like use a proper hospitality system. And there's many reasons why you shouldn't use ChatGPT, but we'll get into that in a different stage, and I forgot my point. So there we go. I got distracted.
No, you're talking how important it is to make a distance, like, because it's very emotional. It is emotional for it, like, as hoteliers, we hate, of course, okay, I'm talking as I am still a hotelier now, anyway, but hoteliers hate to read bad review. Like, it is a narcissistic damage wound, I don't know how to say it. So it is easy to get carry away and then start being emotional in the response to, which I think that's what you're saying. Like, it's not
step away from the laptop, people. Do not become your own keyboard warrior. Step away, have a cup of tea or a shot of tequila before you go and respond. But do try and, like, just remember that it's about the potential guest that's going to read that, not about the person that left that review anymore. And obviously you want that you need the negative feedback in the right places. So that's the opportunity to grow and learn and understand your guest experience. So, those people that are utilizing surveys will be gathering that feedback in-house and it will be kept quiet. Those ones that are not giving guests that platform to management, you've only giving them the online reviews to go and shout about it on. So, you've got to think, how can we use this information? How can we gather this information to actually improve operationally in our guest experience, without it being the first port of call TripAdvisor or Google or bookings.com. You've got to bridge that gap between yourselves and the online reviews and the guests.
Yeah. One last question, though, because we are already heading to the end of the show, unfortunately. But so you're talking about before, like, the sentiment, like the experience. People are searching for the experience more than the location or even price. Do you think now with AI search and hotel discovery, all these things, are we entering a world where guest sentiment matters more than hotel branding?
No, I wouldn't say so. I think you've got to have your messaging on brand point. You've got to have brand standards and you've got to be consistent with those. We did research back in December that was launched. If you've got a branded survey that's ultra customized to your brand, you actually see a 3% increase in response rate. So guests want to be able to associate, the brand, whether that's like an independent property that's got two sister properties owned by the same people, or whether you're a fully branded group, you want to be consistent with that messaging. You want to be benchmarking your properties against each other and understanding, what's really hitting home across the group. What can we install as new brand standards with this ever-changing world? And, who's above target, who's below target, what are our brand scores, who can we help here, how can we help people with training, or how can we help people with new mattresses and new rooms and things like that. So it's all about the information. Hoteliers have so much data. You've got to use it effectively, and AI is using your online reviews to kind of really drive that recommendation phase. So I think branding is really important. I do think that hotels need to make sure that their website is working really well. Like, tell the AI who's your ideal guest. Also tell the AI who's not your ideal guest. That way you kind of eliminate those unhappy guests coming through, and actually staying with you. So it's a win-win.
Yeah. And Amy, we're talking about guest experience. At the end of the day, is that what guest reviews are about, is the experience the guests have. And I know guest review has a great awards, that's been doing some great awards. Do you have any spoiler that you can share with us? First of all, what is Great Awards by Guest Review? And do you have any spoiler that you can share?
Okay, so the Great Awards are absolutely phenomenal. It is based on your online reviews. So you can sign up as a hotel and get a guest review light account so you can enter. So you don't have to pay anything to enter. And we'll even give you the tools to make sure that you can capture all of your TripAdvisor, Google, and Booking.com reviews. And it's calculated at the end of the day by Stendhal University. So it's very fair. There's no voting or anything like that. And it's all based on your guest experience. So really, it is called the Guest Review Great Awards, because if you think your hotel is great and your feedback's great, then you should be entering. Paula actually beat me to the point here, but we are going to be opening up entries on Monday, the 1st of June. So do keep an eye out for the opportunity to enter. The data collection will run from July, August, and September. So we will have an awards evening in London and one in South Africa. So yeah, we'll put the link. There is a link. I have a link if you want to pre-register, so you don't forget about it between now and Monday, because we know what everybody's lives are like. So we'll put that in the comment section for everyone. But do enter. It's fantastic. The last one we did, we had over 900 entrants worldwide. I think it might have even been over 1,000. So Sarah, if you're listening and I got that wrong, I do apologize. But yeah, that's my secret. See, I don't know if I went into too much detail, but yeah.
No, that's awesome. Very exciting and very, looking forward to see all the short list, the winners and all that stuff. And I think it's a great idea, a great opportunity for hotels also, to have this recognition. Go.
It's also a great way to, celebrate yourself, your hotel, your team, your guest experience, and shout out to the world that you're really, really good,
Yeah. And Amy, I know I'm saying this is almost end, but before we end, I do have a very short segment here in the show, which is called, let me just get it here, sorry, which is called Would You Rather?
Okay, go for it.
So let me put it here. I'm the producer of the show, so sorry, people, that I'm still a bit slow. Just a second. All right, Amy. So the part that no hospitality leader escapes from. I'm going to give you two situations or two things, and you're going to just pick the one that you prefer. That's why would you rather. You don't need to justify your answer. If you want, you can, but it's not a must. So are you ready? Let me put on the screen the first one. Amy, would you rather pitch hotel tech to a hotel owner who hates technology or to one who thinks AI can solve everything?
Oh, definitely an owner that hates technology.
You prefer that?
Definitely. Yeah, prefer that.
Nice. Next one, Amy. Would you rather stay at a hotel with amazing reviews but terrible replies, or terrible reviews with amazing replies?
Terrible reviews with amazing replies would win me over every time. And I'm not that fussy, peeps. I once stayed above 5 nightclubs, thanks to my CEO, Chris, and had no sleep for 3 days.
Next one, Amy. Would you rather have a hotel room with no coffee or no air conditioning?
No coffee, don't drink it, don't like it.
Oh, you're like me. Oh, finally we exist. Oh, I was very, by the way, I was very, how you say that? Almost addicted to Coca-Cola, but I haven't drank in years now. I feel so proud of myself. I have to share that.
Oh, you're so lucky. I probably am addicted to it. I drink way too much of it.
Yeah.
But I don't drink alcohol either. So, like, could you imagine me on alcohol? It's not a good combination.
Yeah, I do drink some alcohol, but only when I go out. Anyway, back to the would you rather. Would you rather explain AI to hoteliers forever, or explain hospitality tech to your family forever?
Oh, definitely hoteliers.
Do your family understand what you do, Amy, or what your company or guest review is about?
So my husband is a pig farmer and my son is a motocross 17-year-old. But actually, I did take him into Indaba in Durban last week, and I did make him do quite a lot of work. So, but definitely
now he understands better.
Yeah.
Last one, Amy. Would you rather only stay in luxury hotels with bad reviews, or budget? I think I know now. Or budget hotels with amazing reviews?
Oh, probably budget.
Yeah, you said you were before. You said
amazing responses will win me over every time. Yeah.
That's not you survive, Amy. Congratulations. And now the final question. I promise you, it's the question that gives this show its name. So I have to ask you: when you completely switch off from hospitality, Amy, what does you actually like to do off the clock?
So the things that I can mention. So I do have a horse that lives in the paddock right in front of my house. So I live on a farm. So I do like riding. I have 6 dogs, 3 Belgian Malinois, 3 Jack Russells that also love being walked. So that's also great. And I've also recently just taken up epoxy resin, which is quite fun. So yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and I really like probably one of my favorite things is refurbing old furniture.
Oh, I really wish I had this talent. Seriously, I think it's so cool.
I'm really good with a hammer and a sander, baby. If you need anything sanded, I'm there.
Too bad you live far from me. Otherwise, I would definitely use you because I have absolutely no talent. But Amy, this is the end of the show. So I really want to thank you, like 1,000 thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, my friend.
And thank you for having me. Like, we've been friends for so long. It's so nice to be back. And you were the one that said that we must keep it 20 minutes. Like,
yeah.
You're not good
at that. No, I never. Not even once. My best was 22. My very best. Seriously, it's a shame. Seriously, but again, thank you so much. And that's a wrap for Off the Clock, everybody. Thank you all for watching this, and don't forget to like, share, and comment. The video will really help me to reach to more people. Thanks everybody for the support, and see you next time. Bye bye.